football having a possible more than a century history since the sport first introduced. In the years of football, evolving and revolutionize have been inevitable, going from formation all over the place to now a strategic tactical plan, either position or formation before getting into the match. But the football evolution and revolution did not happen without some of the players on the pitch, given their unique skill set, where at first was not really seen as valuable due to the fact they do not strike the same way as a traditional playstyle contrasts to their position. Sometimes even described their playstyle or had been ahead of their time, form a new stage on how football should be played. Yet for some of the saying, a man's trash can be another man's goal. For some of the bold manager may see this as a key attribute, thus going even further, the team even have a specific tactics and a team setup to compromise their playstyle. So in this video, we have a look at some of the footballers that have a unique playstyle that eventually revolutionized how football was played. In case you didn't know, what is up ladies and gentlemen, I'm Marvin, codename. Welcome to the United channel once again. If you in any shape or form stumble into this channel and somehow some way like this kind of content, do please like, share and subscribe to this channel, as each of your precious subscription will be a massive motivation for me to upload new content. And don't forget to ring your notification bell for every new upload. With that said, let's get straight into the video. First player might be a controversy one, the Brazilian Maicon. In his prime days, described as one of the best fullback, if not the best fullback on the past generation. Fullbacks was a norm set by Jamie Carragher, a field winger or the centre back, hence forced to play out wide. Despite that, fullbacks already in fact one of the most important position, in some cases the most physical demanding position in the professional circuit. As fullbacks in the modern football was highly encouraged, not just limited to defensive duty, but have to participate in the attacking side. Hence the born of attacking fullback was born. But attacking fullback is no stranger to just modern football only. In fact, attacking fullbacks can be traced even so much earlier in the 90s, when they popularized by Gary Neville, Roberto Carlos and Cafu. However, attacking fullbacks became a popular trend during the 2010s, all thanks to the rise of Klopp, Liverpool, where both Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson, the flying fullbacks, tasked to deliver and the creative burden of the team. In spite of that, attacking fullbacks can be widely credited to the former Inter Milan right back Maicon, whom would certainly be suited in a new role that defenders have to adopt in the modern game. In the past few years, we've seen the success of more offensive-minded fullbacks such as the fellow Brazilian Dani Alves, Marcelo and the more recent Alphonso Davies, where their main position were fullbacks but actually see themselves play high on the pitch over winger-like, providing the width for the pitch. For Maicon during his time where fullbacks should be much more conservative and defensive first, he showcased a completely opposite way. His mix of pace and ball skill would make him one of the best right back in the modern football, while in his prime years, gifted with outstanding physical attribute, athleticism and excellent technical skills, as well as good vision and crossing ability, plus a powerful shot, which make him an extremely dangerous threat, including constant outlet in Milan's day. For his career, he had over 30 goals and well over 60 assists, a very good number for a defender that played highly defensive Serie A for majority of his career. Besides, he also had a similar role during the international game, where in the 2010 World Cup, scored almost a zero-angle goal against North Korea. While Maicon's peak was very short-lived and many of us remember him completely destroyed by Gareth Bale. In addition, Maicon may not be the first name that everyone mentioned as the best fullbacks, rather he revolutionized how an offensive defender can deliver in a bigger stage, plus he's also the perfect bridge between the traditional fullbacks in the 2000s and the full-fledged offensive one in the 2010s. As well right now, attacking fullbacks to extend wingbacks had to be a staple for a successful team. Next one, Gianfranco Zola. The Italian football received a very mixed reception for me. At first, is that Italian football can be a very artistic approach full of technical flair like a gentleman among hooligans. But on the other side, Italian football was a slow-paced, defensive-oriented and at times boring football to watch. Furthermore, there was an interesting stats or information that rarely any Italian football actually obtained massive success abroad. In fact, till today, Mario Balotelli was the sole Italian to legitimately win the Premier League title with Man City, say so much. Italian footballers widely known for their fierce loyalty to the Italian clubs. Besides, once Serie A was the best league during the 90s, which AC Milan contained 3 different Ballon d'Or worthy footballers, this is probably one major factor that Italians do not really attempt to approach abroad until Zola made his move to Chelsea in November 1996. Zola joined Chelsea for £4.5 million, and in his debut season, he demonstrated his skills and talent and put in several notable performances, scoring a series of memorable goals. But in the February 1997, after spiriting the ball around Man Utd defense in the penalty area before slotting the ball past the goalkeeper Peter Schmeichel, he was described by United manager Ferguson as a clever little so-and-so. While with the Blues, Zola enjoyed some of the best seasons and illustrated unbelievable skills, together responsible for the Chelsea resurgence, scoring 80 goals and 45 assists in the 7th season with Chelsea, and helped Chelsea won 2 FA Cup and 1 League Cup. Zola played mostly as a secondary striker or a number 10 at times in the early prototype of false nine, where his Italian's creative output was on full display. An attraction for wowing the fans like no others, he ball control, skillful dribbling ability, vision and passing ability with either foot, as well as tactical intelligence, able to read the game and for eye for a goal. But although he was not a physical imposing compared to Premier League players who emphasized in pace and power, his small stature and low center of gravity gave him a good balance and allowed him to be extremely quick and agile, which along with his acceleration, speed and ball skills enabled him to change direction with the ball very quickly in tight spaces, and allowed him to beat the defenders with feats in 1v1 situation. With Zola obtaining level success never seen before from an Italian, he considered Revolutionize, where a diminutive attacker able to strike his way among the physical defender using the word skills, where the Italian football was famous for. Also, he paved the way and revolutionized an encouragement for Italian players to play outside of their peninsula. Not limited to that, he was considered one of the best players in Chelsea's and the Premier League history, while in 2003, he was voted Chelsea's greatest player ever, enough to say how a small Italian make it big with the blue. The last player that revolutionized the game was Edwin van der Sar. Aforementioned, Van der Sar walked so that Neuer and ter Stegen and Alisson could run. Goalkeeper is the position that quite self-explanatory. You have a pair of gloves and your job is to keep the ball out of your team's net. Simple, right? But in the modern games, a goalie is much more than just a shot stopper. They start the attacks and must be comfortable with the ball on their feet. The Dutch Hall of Famer easily lauded for one of the best goalkeepers in the world and even the best goalkeeper in Man Utd history. As a serial winner, Edwin was flooded with countless trophies in his cabinet given his multiple years with clubs like Ajax, Juventus and United. Furthermore, Edwin was praised for his longevity, especially tenure with the Red Devils, with setting the record for the most minutes without conceding any goals. However, the former Ajax keeper was neither revolutionized for his ball playing nor created something amazing between the posts, rather he was the bar setting as a complete goalkeeper. Edwin as a traditional shot stopping can be described as absolute elite. A tall, slender, flexible and athleticism made Edwin an excellent shot stopper plus sweeper keeper. In addition, his towering stature will also allow him to be bold in claiming crosses during set pieces. But his most notable skill was comfortable ball on his feet under Ajax, a total football training system. Edwin was fond and capable of playing the ball with his speed and able to launch direct counter to the strikers in an instant. However, having this attribute not really setting him as a unicorn, a highly amazing shot stopping, but can be arguably compared to David De Gea. His sweeping can be inconsistent, unlike Neuer. Distribution definitely not up to like of Ederson. In spite of that, the scale of 100 of each attribute, Edwin redefined all this by having at least 80 to 90 in all of this category. Due to the fact Venture Keeper might have the things that overtook Edwin, but there are other part of their game was completely falter comparison. David De Gea was the best shot stopper but struggled in ball playing and sweeping. Neuer Ederson is the best ball playing and the sweeping, yet were rather questionable at shot stopping. And the most likely Alisson Becker was the one closest to Edwin. With that said, Edwin in the history book was one of the best keeper, but usually not the best in many people's books. Yet to me, he revolutionized the goalkeeper, might not be specialized in any aspect, but have to be complete will be the word for them to be successful. That's the end of the video. What do you guys think? Do you agree on the above footballers that given their unique playstyle causes a revolution in football, or you have other in mind? Comment down below so we can have a discussion. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you all